Oh yes, you save big money. Save big money when you shop Menards. We're gonna check out a little Menards today, guys. I threatened to do this for a long time. Today we're here. We're gonna do it. Let's get in here, check it out. Come on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at Menards, and we are going to look at all these Masterforce tools. Let's dig into this deep and check it out. So if you don't know, the Masterforce line is basically made by the Montezuma toolboxes. Hence the triangle toolbox. But for this whole setup right here, $449, $349, this is a nice little 24-inch deep storage. And what is this thing with? 30 inches wide. Pretty nice deal. Then you can slide on over here to the 24-inch deep. What's this one? $398, $499. Gets your side lock, lift latch system. Pretty sturdy, honestly. I definitely do like these better than a power drawer where you stack tools. Man, that lift latch system is very nice. Pretty sweet. And then of course the 41, which this is, what size is this bad boy here? 20, 34, something like that. That's a 30, it's 36. Then we have this bad boy, 41. Work table, 100-pound capacity work table with it. Not sure how useful that is, but it does lock out with the lift latches. So, kind of nice, you know. I wouldn't mind having a work surface that I could pull out. Nice drawer liners in here too. Definitely some memory style drawer liners. Honestly, $479, $619. This is a good starter box for anybody. A very nice starter box. That depth right there, 24 inches deep. Pretty awesome. This right here though, 10 times better than anything you can buy at Harbor Freight. These are fantastic toolboxes, honestly, for the money. 3 long drawers. Sockets, wrenches, screwdrivers. 72 inches long. Honestly, if I didn't have what I had, I'd be getting this set up. So it's complete setup for $25.99 with the combo top box, which is a sweet deal. You can add yourself in a side locker for $469. All the prices here from my local Menards. This is a good deal for these boxes. If you got a Menards, definitely you want to save some money. Pretty sweet deal. So Menards has this series of tools now. Like I said, I've kind of had them Pro 4 Max. A little bit cheaper quality. No lift latches. Not really. 18-inch deep storage, 21 gauge steel. Just a basic locking system. Kind of a short little fella. I'm about 5'10", and this comes up to well below my nipples. I mean, trying to give you for reference here, but not a very tall unit. In fact, it's only about 6 foot tall to the top of this slit opening. 53-inch combo for $9.99. Very interesting. Another shot of that Masterforce. I like that blue, but I do like the gunmetal better. Not gonna lie, it's a nice box for the money. So let's talk about plier selection. Now, I do have a little bit of a fetish. Those are my favorite Masterforce pliers right there. Those right there are some of my favorite. Quite the nice deal. They're lifetime warranty. I don't mind the Masterforce stuff. 20 bucks for those, but they also do sell some cheaper versions But I don't mind the finish on them is pretty durable for the Masterforce stuff. I even noticed that they changed their locking pliers over. Kind of nice. A lot of their stuff is, however, made in China, but honestly, it's not a bad deal. And I think Apex does own Masterforce, unfortunately. Apex Tool does, but they do also have channel locks and Knipex at Menards. They do also offer both of those. So, you know, you can't really beat the selection here. If you need to buy something and you can't get anywhere else and you want a little bit better quality, I think the fact that you can get channel lock or Knipex at Menards really makes a big deal. I mean, these are 13 bucks if I needed a pair of pliers that I was going to just wreck, I guess, you know. But all their pliers are, as you can see, 12 bucks for every one of those. And then you can jump up so they have, don't mind the loud noise. Some people are just rude when you're trying to film, let me tell you. But you can see the prices on the channel locks, and then your Knipex, obviously, quite a bit. Rude. I'm filming. Duh. $30, $38. $53 for the bigger Cobras. Alligators, $27. Going to give you some price comparisons you can look over. They have Greeley, $16.99 on sale. Snippers. Trying to stick towards mechanic stuff here, guys. So this is not going to be... Oh, look at the Gerber right there. I have that one, the Quadrant. $29.99. Some Gerber knives that are decent. Don't know much about the Guidemans. Definitely love the Work Sharp stuff. That right there, gilded flail sharpener. Best bang for your buck. Some Caterpillar knives. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Guidesman. Let's go look at the socketry stuff. Alright. So we're going to start off here. This is the tool shop end. So this is going to be your budget end. They do have some Lennox screwdrivers, which are pretty nice. Once again, I'm focusing on Masterforce stuff here because this is kind of budget-minded DIY stuff. Maybe you guys don't get to see this stuff much, but striking full tang screwdrivers, $12.97. I'm not sure where that compares to the Doyle's. I don't really keep up with the prices enough on that stuff, but seems pretty reasonable. And that's a pretty beefy handle. Look at that thing. What a hammer. I almost should buy these just for shits and giggles, but I kind of like them. Where are these made? Where are these things made at, fella? Well, we don't want to tell you. It just says USA, Menards. Oh, wait, they're made in China. Yeah, open your eyes, CP. Now, I think if I'm not mistaken, yes. I think I'm definitely picking up this set right here. These can be handy. And if I remember correctly, these are made in the USA. They don't say it, but I'm pretty sure these are still... No, these are made in China. What happened to the USA made ones? What the French toast? Klein's always had these little screwdrivers pretty handy. A lot of electricians still use these. Putting on light covers, if you want to do it quick and dirty and you don't have to carry a drill around. I've seen a lot of guys use these things. 3/16 or number 2. And you're slotted. Pretty handy. I'm kind of disappointed those aren't USA made. Bummer that they switched out. They used to be USA made. Of course, I know they were probably from Pratt & Reed, and they've obviously went out of business, but the acetate handles are kind of iconic. There was some... Look at the long screwdrivers. Long cabinet screwdrivers. I'll tell you what, if I was in a pinch, it's good to know that Menards has these. Honestly, because you're talking, you know, what is that, 24-inch screwdrivers right there? Pretty awesome. Not that impressive with the Masterforce flare nut wrench. China. It's unfortunate. Basically, gear wrench. These are probably similar to SATA brands. Anything unique on the wrench side? Not really. They are a lifetime warranty though. You can get some stubbies. I like the wrenches, honestly, for the price. 30 bucks for a 5-piece set, or $34 for a 10-piece combination wrench set. And then you got your jumbos if you wanted to cut them up for 60 bucks a set, all the way up to 30 millimeter. Hey. Interestingly enough, though, the ratcheting wrenches are made in Taiwan, which is good to know. All the ratcheting wrenches are made in Taiwan and lifetime warranty, so that's pretty cool. Flex head wrenches. I don't know what they got going on here. What? I mean, how does that work? Flex head wrenches. Where are those bad boys? 59 bucks for flex head ratcheting wrenches. Not bad. Masterforce sockets. What's my thoughts on these? These actually look pretty decent. Before I see where they're made, let's see if I can. I will tell you they're made in China without even look. I have not looked. The center hole right here, these are like a Pittsburgh's variant. That round hole down in there is indicative of China. That is a dead giveaway. Oh, Taiwan. I stand corrected. It is pretty deep down in there, though. See how the bigger hole is, but it's not a bad socket, to be honest with you. I like the knurling right here on the outside. I'd actually rock these things. What do we got for sets for these things? Of course, we had to go to the clearance section here because they had some clearance stuff where these bad boys made. They really do a good job of hiding where they're made at. I'm just made in China. Why do I not see that right away? Yeah, $7.99 for these bad boys. Torx keys. We got Torx, Hex, Allen, standard, symmetric, Torx. $16.99 down here for probably the Masterforce, some utility knives. The clearance section, $6.99 for some retractable knives. Socket sets for $64.99 on sale. There's my stubby screwdrivers. Torx screwdriver. Impact screwdriver set. $27.99. Where's this bad boy made? No telling. Taiwan. Lifetime warranty. That's a little find right there. 100-piece master bit set. All this stuff is saying lifetime warranty on it. That is insane. $29.99. Lifetime warranty star socket bit set with your made in Taiwan. Come on, get out of here. That is insane. Sockets, impacts. They're way up there. $57.99, $57.99 for those sets right there. That's an interesting grip on these. Sure, these are Taiwan ratchets. You can't mistake those. Pretty standard thing. Nothing too fancy, honestly. I'm not overly impressed with them. 10 bucks for a 1/4-inch flexible driver, though. That's nice. More bits. The chrome sockets. Chrome sockets, decent. Taiwan, not too shabby. Yeah, man. I've seen this creeper seat before somewhere, and it's a pretty stout unit for 100 bucks. Tractor style, synthetic foam pad, lifts up to 30 inches. That's not bad. All the oil. I mean, Menards is really trying to bust into selling everything, like the Walmart type deal. Frickin' trailer tires. I don't know how much more we need to go. You guys will have to let me know if you want to see something else in the next video. I'm not really doing much woodworking stuff, but definitely have some oil filter maintenance type items, Permatex, you know, that type of stuff, automotive related stuff. Not a huge section or selection of stuff, but you know, definitely this is like their knick-knack aisle, which I would call it the Lyle tool section. You know, they got some knockoff stuff here, obviously. Real rip-off type stuff. Ratcheting deals like the Vim ones, $15. I'm sure those are great. And a OBD2 car scanner for 29 bucks. This kind of stuff right here is, you know, consumable. at best. So you're buying it and basically blowing your money on a consumable item. If you're going to use it once, I guess it's okay, but you know, my opinion is you buy a tool, you invest in it. You can get your Bondo, all that stuff. There's probably some good little deals in here, but for the most part, you know, yeah. So I didn't get into these tools here as much as I should have, but I got to tell you, I got a soft spot. And the Masterforce tools, kind of going over the prices here, we'll look at some of this stuff, but I do actually have myself a soft spot for the Masterforce stuff here. $199 for this Impact. We'll try to look and compare, maybe something to discuss in the future coming up. 1,200 foot-pounds of nut-busting torque on the old Masterforce. That's a bold claim. Tool only, 1,200 foot-pound for the tool only, $179, but for the whole kit, $299. But I will tell you that I do have a soft spot for Masterforce, because back in the day, we bought some cheap Masterforce Impacts when we were in desperate need, and we bought them, and they literally saved our bacon. So I mean, and I'm not saying we definitely abused the shit out of them. We had planned on returning them, and ended up keeping them because they did so well. I don't know what went on with those tools since then, but that was a while ago. It was a group of us that were out on a deal, but I have a soft spot for Masterforce because I do think that they're a pretty decent tool for a budget-minded. Of course, they carry Bosch and the old Metabo. $59.99 for a 6.5-inch circular jerkler. Yeah, Skill, which Skill has some sleeper tools. Look at that Skill. I don't know, that thing looks kind of Makita-ish. Not really. And then Works. They have Works stuff. Yeah, their tool selection, really, they don't carry any major brands anymore. Kind of sucks. No Milwaukee, no DeWalt, no none of that. So, anyways. Well, as in typical fashion, I forgot to film an outro. But anyways, guys, I did pick up these Masterforce screwdriver stubbies, even though they're Chinese made. These kind of can come in useful. I'm going to probably keep them in the house. And if I ever run into a need to use them in the shop, I will. But those used to be USA made. Kind of disappointed they're Chinese, but and once again, my favorite screwdriver is always Vessel, but these stubby full tang or full handle screwdrivers are kind of nice to have around. So just for, you know, keeping the shaft shorter and a little bit more control. That's why I like those, and that's why I wanted to get a set of those. But anyways, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.